Shalom. Before I begin this video, in this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Shai, Ba'ashem Kakwadash, and also as well, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that continue to rule very well to this very day, that is continually feeding the flock through the Spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Shai. And also as well, Shalom to the hopefully elect as well that's continually laboring his work and also do labor to show forth your diligence to make your calling and election sure in faith, in truth, sincerity, and also in all charity. Now, the topic of this video is going to be entitled The Generation of Bloodshed. All right, and of course, if the Spirit has it to where I title this video a different way, of course, I'm going to change the title of this video. But, in regards to this specific particular video, this is regarding Esau Edom, which is the true biblical nationality of the so-called white man, in which, the name Esau, or Esau in general, is the progenitor of the Edomites, in which his name was changed to Edom, which means red in the Hebrew, in which the reason why he was given that name is because, he sold his birthright for uncooked meat. Okay, because if you ask the Edomite today how they like their meat cooked, 100% of the time they're going to tell you that it's going to be a rare or medium rare, which that's the spirit, because this man, he doesn't shy away from blood. Okay, this man is the bloodiest man in history. All right, if you look at the different occurrences and different events that took place, and the nation of Edom's involvement in those particular time periods, you see that the what they had committed is bloodshed, and not just that, but just complete destruction and chaos. Okay, the reason why is because the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, first and foremost, has woven in his DNA to continually do that. To do those things which are committed unto wickedness. It's been that's why when the blessing was given to Esau, he was given the blessing of the sword. And throughout time, he used that sword to bring about destruction and chaos on the planet Earth. Okay, and again, like I mentioned before, is that the Lord had it to where this man was going to do that. And there's a deeper reason why the Lord has it to where Esau was going to do these things, but that's another topic for another video. Okay, because as the Lord has set one against another according to the precept that speaks about that, how the Lord said light against darkness, how he said one against another, good against evil, because the Lord is balanced. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the precepts I have here. I'm not gonna make this too long. This is the book of Genesis chapter 3 verse 15. It says, "Now put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel." Okay, now this is a prophecy in the making, where the Lord says he's going to put enmity between, when he said thee, he's talking about the serpent, in which the serpent is the representation of that serpent today is Esau, because when the scriptures speak about the serpent in Eden, it's not talking about a literal serpent. Okay, that serpent represents the wicked. Okay, and the wicked today that the Bible speaks of is Esau Edom. They've been appointed that lot to be of the wicked. Okay, the Lord set them up to the Lord set them up to do these things on the planet Earth and to perform the works of wickedness. Okay, and also as well, concerning this particular precept, where it says that we will put enmity between thee and the woman. And the woman represents Israel, all right? Because Israel, if you read in the book of Jeremiah, it tells you that the nation of Israel is as a comely and delicate woman, all right? So the Lord looks at us as the nation of Israel as the woman, all right? So the seed of the woman is against the seed of the serpent, okay? And it's always been that way, and it's been that way since the beginning of time, as you can see in the book of Genesis, okay? The Lord has put the enmity between the seed of the serpent and the seed of the woman, right? In other words, he has set enmity between the nation of Israel and the nation of Edom, okay? But I'm gonna go ahead and jump from there. I'm gonna grab another precept. All right, it's the book of it's like it's the book of 1 John, chapter 3 and verse 12. It says, "Not as Cain, who was of that wicked one, and slew his brother, and wherefore slew he him? Because his own works were evil, and his brother's righteous." All right. So the works of Cain, right, in which Cain is of the direct seed line of that same serpent, right, in which after Cain, or after the when Cain came about on the planet Earth, and then slew his brother, in which that's through the spirit, and then came Esau, which was seeking to do the same thing to his brother, And again, like it says here, the Cain who was of that wicked one, right, in which he is of the wicked one, which again is the serpent, right, slew his brother. And wherefore slew he him? Because his own works were evil and his brother's righteous. So the works of Abel, which, in the latter times after that came Jacob, the works of his brother were righteous, but the works of Cain, which later came into the earth as Esau, were wicked. Okay, and that still shows to this very day, who's of the righteous and who's of the wicked, because that same spirit is here today. The spirit between the seed of the serpent and the seed of the woman. That same struggle. And that's the reason why you read in Genesis, the 25th chapter, it says that the two sons struggled together within the womb of Rebekah, okay? And that struggle is still going on to this very day. And also as well, when you look up the word struggle, it means to oppress, okay? So, and people ask, the reason why is so much animosity between Israel and Edom, or the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans against the so-called white man, was because it's been already written. It's been predestined since the beginning of time that our nature was going to conduct themselves in a certain way, and the nation of Edom was going to conduct themselves in a certain way. Okay, that's really the answer to it. That's the major answer to this major question. Okay. Because people still wonder, why is this happening? Well, here it is. I'm reading about it right now. Okay, but let me get the book of Ezekiel 25. It's Ezekiel chapter 25, and I'm gonna get verse. That's just like it. Should be 35. Right, so the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 5, it says, "Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. See, if thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee." So that's why it tells you that this man has a perpetual hatred towards our people. All right, and it shed the blood. It shed the blood of the children of Israel. All right, and throughout the course of history, he has done nothing but shed that same blood, going back to Cain and Abel. Cain being the first murderer, and there's a reason why Cain is known as the first murderer. Is because he was going to do that same thing, the act of murder, in the latter generations. Okay, and you see that to this very day. This man doesn't shy away from blood. Okay, and you see it today with the continual destruction of our people. All right, and it's not only on the physical level, right, but it's also on the spiritual level and on the mental level. Okay, he has continually done this, and his history is so laden with bloodshed that the Lord is going to have it to where he's going to continue to have this man build up the tab, and he's going to pay for all the bloodshed that he's committed. Okay, and again, that's why, like the title says in the video, is that this is the bloodiest, or it's a generation that's littered with bloodshed. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and end off on that note. I need to go ahead and head back in, here at the plantation. But Lord's will is edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. Until next time, once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem El-Shai, Ba'ashem Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone that we will to this day. Shalom. Peace and safety and salutations to the hopeful elect that's continue to labor in this work and also do labor to show forth your diligence to make your calling and election sure, in faith, in truth and sincerity, and also in all charity. And with that, we'll say shalom.